And here's another great big cucumber. These were planted in early June, and you can see that these leaves now are harvestable. And that's at least 15 pounds of tomatoes right there. These are not the biggest, longest carrots you can plant. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. And it's been a week since we did an update, so we're going to go ahead and do another update today on exactly what's going on in this garden. The first thing we're going to look at are these cucumbers. Now, I've already picked 40 pounds of cucumbers from this, and I picked 20 pounds since the last update, and we're going to take a look and see if there's any left. Well, look at here. What a nice cucumber. And here's another great big cucumber. So I think I'll pick these and I'll show you what I get. So I only got another 15 or 20 pounds off of these plants today. This is one of the better cucumber crops I've ever had. So the highs are now in the 90s, the mid 90s every day. And that has caused these tomatoes to just decide they wanted to go ahead and become ripened. So that's exactly what's happened, and I have got a nice crop of tomatoes to pick here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick it, and then I'll bring it out here and I'll show it to you. So look at all those nice tomatoes. Okay, so I finished today's harvest of tomatoes, but I just wanted to show you they're just still loaded with more tomatoes. These are the better boy tomatoes, and I've still got a nice crop coming in. Even though these plants are looking bad, they suffered bad from all the extra rain we had, but they're making it, and up here they're still putting on new tomatoes. So here is today's crop of tomatoes. This is today's harvest, and I got 2 bins of tomatoes, and that's at least 15 pounds of tomatoes right there. So I did really good, and I mean those are going to be delicious. Now, taking a look at the lettuce, you can see that it has bolted and it's just about to bloom and go to seed. And we have picked and eaten this lettuce, and that is fine because I want to show you what my new crop is looking like. So here it is. These were planted in early June, and you can see that these leaves now are harvestable. We've already eaten these. We made BLTs yesterday using some of this lettuce. So because I went ahead and planted a late crop, and because it rained so much and was so cool, I now have got a late crop that'll last me probably another month before it grows up and bolts. Now the next thing I want to show you are these sweet potatoes that I planted in these storage bins, and they are just going crazy now. They do love the hot weather and the rain, and both of these were the ones that I planted with roots that are rooted. These are the ones I planted without roots, and you can't tell the difference between them. So they are really doing nice. And this one's already run all the way out, and I'm wanting them not to run on this side where the tomatoes are, so I'll be turning them back over and letting them run out that way. So the next thing we want to look at are the eggplants. And the eggplants just about drowned during all the rain, but now they have come back out and they are putting on nice eggplants. So there's a nice one. This one almost died, but as you see, it's coming back to life. And then, so now we're down here in the Calabash squash patch, and this thing is out of control, but they're out of control every year, so there's nothing unusual here. So in here, let's see if we can find some calabash. And just to give you an idea of the size of these leaves, here's my hand. So they're all 3 hands, huge plants. And there's one. And we had a big storm yesterday, and it has blown my squash completely over. I'm just gonna have to see if they'll come back on their own. But there's one of the calabash right there. And it's already too big to pick and eat as a squash, so I'll have to let it turn into a pumpkin. Now, in the squash, I've got one down here that's ready to pick. Oh, and there's a nice one ready to pick. Now we'll take a look at the taro. And the taro are really loving all this rain and all this hot weather. And you can see the taro is already up to my waist, and it'll end up being head high. You know, they call these elephant ears, and if you look at the size of this one here, it's about 10 hands already. So they are really, really loving this hot, humid, rainy weather. And we can come up here and see that these are pole lima beans, and I've already got some they haven't filled out yet, but you can see that they are already putting on the beans. And the okra is starting to come out, and it's making buds, and so you can see that it won't be long I'll be picking okra now. So I've got a nice row of okra right there. Let's go ahead and look at the peppers. Now the peppers got blown over by the storm yesterday, so I had to come over here and tie them up to get them to stand up. But the peppers are really putting on nice fruit here, and we're already picking some for the table. So these are the Asian peppers, and these are not hot peppers. They look like they might be, but they're not. They taste like a bell pepper. Now over here, the calabash squash have almost taken over. So what I've noticed is where I tied up these butternut squash, this, especially this vine here, it has just gone crazy making butternut squash. I want you to look at them just hanging here just like we wanted them to off of this vine. The vine has run all the way over here, so I've got to get out here now and tie this back up to the fence so that it doesn't break, because it's just about to break, and I certainly don't want that. And then looking on in here, we'll take a look. And over here, actually on the ground, is another butternut squash, and that vine is coming right up through here and making butternut squash. And the clusters of grapes are still hanging. We're waiting for them to ripen. We're excited to see what they taste like. And so they are still just loaded. They've survived all the windstorms that we've had. And I think we're going to end this update here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next update.